Hello guys, welcome to my channel Love to Learn. Today in this video, I want to discuss about topic H2 database using Spring Boot. Okay. First of all, what is H2? It is an open source lightweight Java database. It can be embedded in Java applications or can run in client server mode. And H2 database can be configured to run as in-memory database, which means the data will be not stored in our disk. Okay, and features of H2 database. The main features are it is extremely fast, open source JDBC API, and it can be available in embedded and server modes. And it is browser based console application. It is an extremely fast database engine. It is open source and written in Java. It has strong security features. And guys, now I will create a sample Spring Boot project for implementing Spring Boot with H2 database. Okay. First of all, let's select our H2 database dependency and Spring Web. I'm using Hibernate and JPA, so I am using Spring Data JPA here. I'm adding DevTools 2. Let's modify our project name here. As the default name is demo Spring Boot H2. Okay guys, and let's change our version to Java 8 as its predefined version is 11. Okay guys, and let's generate our project. You can see now my project is generated. Just I want to extract it here. Let's click on file, open from project system, open projects from file system, archive, and let's click on Spring Boot H2, open and select this one. Let's click on finish. Now if you observe, my project is updating here. Okay guys, before that I want to show you some H2 database properties. These are H2 database properties. It is nothing but my database name, and it is database URL. It is my driver, H2 driver. It is username, it is password, and it is dialect of my database. Okay. And guys, now I want to create a controller package, a controller class, and entity. First of all, let's create a controller. Package here. My controller package is created. Now I want to create a model package and repository package. Repository, and I forgot about service. I want to create service too. Our service package. Let's create classes for them, individual packages. EMP controller means employee controller, and here now my class is generated here. Let's create a class employee, which is my model class, and I want to add some variables here, private int id and private string name, and I want to mention it as entity here, so I'm using this annotation entity. Okay, now I want to import it. I want to take id as my primary key. Okay guys, so I'm mentioning id here. Just I want to import it. Guys, please be careful while importing that package. Importing a wrong package may lead to many errors. And I want to generate setter, getters and constructors too. Now I'm generating setter, getters for each. Now I will generate constructors using fields. and a default constructor, and a twisting method. Okay, now it is sufficient, guys. Now I want to create a repo class, which is the interface emp repo, and a service emp service. As I want to use JPA here, I am extending JPA repository to it. Repository, and I want to just import this JPA repository here. Okay, it is imported now. Thus I want to add my model class name, which is employee, and my primary key type, which is integer. Okay, it's sufficient now. I just want to import this employee here. Okay, it's done. And now balancing things are controller and service, guys. Let's name it as REST controller, as it is my controller, and I'm naming it as REST controller. Let's import this. Okay, now I imported REST controller to just I'm creating a method to save my data. In save data, I will use it as for saving and updating also, guys. Post mapping save update, and let's import this post mapping here. Okay, it's sufficient. And now I want to create a method in service for passing data from controller to service and service to repo. I want the intermediate method here. Let's create a method here. It is my method, guys, and employee emp. It is the type of data passing from controller to here. Okay, and I want to name it as service here, as I want to say to my machine it is my service. Okay, and I want to save data using repository. Am I right? Yes. So I want to create a reference variable for it. Emp repo space repo. I have imported it. Auto-wide. Okay, done. Now I want to save my data into my table using repo.save. Okay, emp, and as I mentioned, the return type is id. Int. I want to return my id here. emp.getId. Okay, guys, and I want to implement here. What I want to implement, I want to create a method for service. Reference variable for service, and I want to inject my object to service from here. Okay, and let's create a variable for it. Emp service. Let's import this service, guys. And let's bind it using auto-wide. Okay, it's done. Now I want to save which type of data employee. So I'm creating reference variable for it. I'm importing it here. Okay, and here I want to save the data in service. So in service I want to see what are the methods present in service. In service I have save method. I want to save my data here. Okay, and I'm placing it here, guys, and let's save it, and let's run our application once. And guys, sorry about it, I forgot to add application.properties, and let's save our application and let's run it once. And I'm running my application now. Yep, now it's running and it will be deployed on localhost 8080, and I want to get web console. Guys, if you observe, I got this web console, and as I am not using any password here, I can directly log into it. First of all, let's search connection. Okay, it is working, guys. If you observe, a table is created here which is employee. Okay, guys, now I will send my data into here. Okay, and assume like this is my data, ID, name, and what is my post mapping, where path variable, save, update only. Okay, good. And let's send our data here. Okay guys, and let's check here whether my data is added or not. Select asterisk from employee. Okay, let's run it once. Yep guys, you can observe it is not stored in my database, just it is an in-memory database. Okay guys, you can observe that my data is saving here. Okay, now I want to update my data. Okay, now I am sending it. Let's see what happens. Okay, let's run it again. Yep, you can observe my data is updating. Guys, like this we can perform read operation and delete operation also, and I think you guys got it. And thank you for watching my video. Please like and subscribe my channel.